Welcome back, everybody. It's John with a special guest today. We got Heather from
Hello.
our hard goods department for a What's Camp Cutlery Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, we've got a case full of awesome knives, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about what was in that case with somebody who really understands them, to go through like good, better, best, because a knife is something that most of us that play around in the outdoors or even just walk around town kind of have with us as a utility item, right?
Right. So, I mean, you can have, all the way up to like your expedition survival knife, and that's got every bell and whistle you can think of, but you also have your everyday carry knives, and we're going to go over a little bit of everything today. So, we'll probably start with Opinel. So, they're one of the oldest knife brands in the world. They are from France, and they were established in 1890. They are a food-specific knife brand. So they do kitchen knives, but they also do these sort of little camp cutlery knives, mess knives. So this is their number 8. It's one of their most famous knives, and they sell it in a stainless and a carbon steel. The carbon steel has a slightly darker blade as opposed to the stainless. And as you can see, you can actually fold down the knife and attach a little fork, a little spoon, and they have other accessories that will fit on it, but basically you undo the lock, pull out your knife, or pull out your fork, and then there's your knife, and it will lock into place and for safety. And all of their steel is food grade steel, so it'll be safe for use.
So from what I understand, this is sort of the Swiss Army knife from France. I have had the pleasure of working with the team that brought this into the country. They're super, super knowledgeable. And they're really, for all you get here, this isn't very expensive. What's a number 8 cost?
Oh gosh, I want to say it's $19.
$19 for this simple knife that you can then kit out. So I also think if you're looking for a really fun way to get into Opinel, they have the little keychain knife.
Yeah, and these are only $11, and they've got a whole bunch of different colors. Blue's my favorite, so that's the one
that we
chose
picked
to show.
So easy in your pocket too. So a lot of fun, good price point. Gets you into the knife category and a relatively quality without a lot of expense. So where would I go from here if I wanted maybe a little more involved knife, maybe something with a little more structure to it or a little more expensive?
For sure, we'd go to Cricut or Columbia Research Knife and Tool. So these are going to be a really good brand for your everyday carry knives, something utilitarian, good for opening boxes, good for if you're the kind of guy who picks up your knife at the same time as you pick up your car keys, this is a good brand for you. I pulled out my 2 favorite knives. So this one's called the Squid. This is just a nice thick blade. It's going to be real sturdy. Great for, like I said, opening boxes, super simple utilitarian. Nice locking safety features on all of them to prevent you from, slicing your hand open with this knocking around. And then the other one I pulled out is from their M16 series. I am somebody who really loves the utility of a serrated knife. Camping or otherwise, it can be really nice to have that little added extra feature, and this is one that's just super comfortable to hold, a little on the lightweight side, and definitely hits a lot of features, including the sharp tip, the flat tip, and the serration.
So we've been carrying Cricut knives for a long time, and I think they're probably the most pocket-friendly knife company. There's so many different sizes. They've got really small ones and really stout blades. So again, a little more expensive, but not crazy expensive, and a lot of different options. Yeah, there's the tiny little.
This one's called the Scribe. It's one of their smaller knives. This is perfect. Just a scribe knife.
Yep.
Itty bitty.
Yep. A lot of cool things. So. Well, we've got a really neat brand, Boker, that has kind of become our upper level premium knife. Certainly there are more expensive knives in the world, but really the Boker knife kind of has it all. The blade quality gets a little bit nicer, the handle quality certainly gets nicer. So they've got some pretty interesting features in a couple different groups of knives, right?
Yeah, for sure. So we carry 2 main ones. The one you'll see the most from our store is Boker Plus. They are going to be most of our folding knives from them. Again, nice locking blades. And then this brand is where you get into a lot of the specialized handles and a higher quality steel for the blades. They're usually a little bit thicker and stronger to promote durability. So this one, for instance, is a Cocobolo handle, which is a beautiful wood. You can find furniture made of it, and it's always got this beautiful marbling pattern.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And they also have Damascus steel in their lineup. They have both, oh my gosh, genuine Damascus and man-made Damascus. So the man-made will give you a slightly nicer price point for a similar quality product. And then stepping up, there is a city in Germany named Solingen.
Yep,
Which
very
I
good. We've been
believe-
practicing that. Yep, Solingen.
And the class of knives made with that name on it are all from that city. They feature a higher quality steel and usually some pretty nifty handles as well. So this one is a burlap micarta, and that is going to be a composite involving some sort of linen or fabric in it. They're super comfortable to hold. They feel really good, extremely balanced, and a lot of their higher class knives offer a full tang, which is going to be, or a partial tang, but that is going to allow the blade to fall all the way through the handle and will give you a stronger, more durable, long-lasting knife. It's considered much more high quality than your folding knives, and they do come with nice carrying cases, so you don't have to worry about keeping something like that in your pocket.
Yeah, this is, a knife for life. I mean, unless you lose it, which we would hope that won't happen.
Right.
You just keep sharpening this thing. It's never going to lose. It's probably just going to gain character over the time of its life. But the performance is never going to die no matter what you put it through. I mean, probably run this over with a truck and it's going to continue to work for you, right? So,
oh, certainly.
yeah. So, and then they have kind of a fun little group of knives, right?
Yes, so these are going to be your out-the-front switchblades, and
out-the-front switchblade.
Yes.
We use the word switchblade. Is that legal here in the United States?
So switchblades, depending on the variety, yes and no. So a double-sided switchblade is illegal, and a switchblade that folds out is actually sort of a touchier subject than an out-the-front. I know the out-the-front can seem spooky at first glance, but a lot of the out-the-front knives include safety features that prevent injury. So for instance, a lot of Bokers include a feature where if you engage it against a surface, it will actually pull the knife off of its spring and prevent you from being able to stab through whatever you have engaged it against. Now, they also are not broken, I promise. You just snap them back out and they are back on their spring. Easy peasy.
So we would never sell anything illegal here, and we certainly wouldn't want to sell something that was relatively unsafe.
Right. So the features of the single-sided switchblades make them safe for users and a very accessible knife for those interested in that category.
And that's just ease of engaging the blade, right?
Exactly.
That's the whole idea. Just push the button. Don't have to worry about flipping it open or closing it and potentially cutting yourself. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a knife for, like I said, ease. It's just meant to be a single-handed knife. A lot of these knives, unless you are very practiced with them, the habit is to use both hands in order to open and close them, unlock them. Some knives are meant to be used one-handed, but these are just a no-brainer.
Cool. All right, well, up in front there is kind of a funky looking thing, and we've actually sold this type of knife for quite a while, but it's very specific to our paddle sport category, right, from NRS?
Yeah, so this one, it's going to be sort of a fishing, paddling, outdoor specific hunting knife. It's got a lot of bells and whistles to it. Again, we're looking at that handy dandy serration, but this one offers a couple features that make it very safe to use in the water specifically, including a flat tip that is not sharp, so if you are slipping in the water, then you won't hurt yourself. So, I mean, you can see right up against my hand, no issue there. The serration is also not a sharp serration, it's a rounded serration, and that is ideal for cutting ropes. So if you are a sailor, if you are, again, working in paddle sports at all, this can be something that's very handy for if you are in a dangerous situation.
A tow rope or a throw rope.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
It also has this handy dandy little ring here. It's intended to be super easily accessed. So it's compact size, fits perfectly into a PFD pocket, and then it's easy to pull out because of that ring. You can also change your grip on it extremely easily because of that feature. It's hard to find a knife that has that kind of, accessibility in the hand.
And it's built for being in the water all the time, right?
Exactly.
You're never going to have any deterioration of the handle material or the blade because
Right,
it's wet,
you're not
so.
going to see too much rust on this blade.
Or oxidation, things of that nature. So, well, Michael sure has put together a nice collection of knives here, but when it comes to maintaining them, I've come out of the culinary background a long, long time ago, and we always preach that a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife. So,
Oh, absolutely.
all these blades are actually well built and designed to hold an edge well. The more you spend, the longer it's going to hold that edge. How do I refresh my edge on my knife?
Well, one of the simplest ways to do so is with something easy like this puck here. So this puck is also from Boker. It's going to offer 2 different grits. It's got an underside that's a finer finishing grit, and then this top side here in the dark is going to be your starting grit. So really good for finishing a knife and keeping it well maintained. You usually, like you said, won't need to maintain them that often since they are designed to hold that edge, but every once in a while some maintenance is necessary.
And I'd like that because sharpening stone is my favorite way to sharpening knives, but I've got a block at home that I would never bring on the trail or in the car or whatever. So that's a very portable way of having an excellent knife sharpening tool on there. So, well, Heather, it's obvious that you know a lot about this. You probably carry a knife. Do you use one of those around here? I know we all have something in our pocket for cutting open boxes and things of that nature.
Yeah, so I just have a super basic folding knife. It's super similar to these ones from Cricut. I would love to get my hands on some of these full-tang, nicer knives. I don't have a proper camp knife, and I can think of plenty in our case that.
Well, right now everything in the case is 20% off as part of our summer sale, which is kind of cool. It's a great time to maybe come in and get that Christmas gift, or if you've been really eyeing up a nice knife to take out in the field, we've got a great selection. So come on down, check out our outdoor knife selection for this week's What's Blank Wednesday. It's been John and Heather, and we will see you guys next week. Cheers.
Bye.